Hello, everybody. This is your boy bringing you some breaking news in the camp of the Philadelphia Eagles. But before I begin, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe to the video. Please smash those likes, and that will get the video circulating throughout social media and YouTube land for your enjoying pleasure. All right, let's get right into it. The breaking news is this: the Eagles and the Houston Texans have decided to trade players and picks. Now, according to Adam Schefter, the Texans are trading wide receiver John Metchie III and a day 3 pick for tight end Harrison Bryant, who the Eagles acquired through free agent on a 1-year deal. He has a 1-year deal actually, and I'm quite sure the Eagles also is going to trade another pick for wide receiver John Metchie, who was a second round pick, I think, 3 years ago actually. Him and Devontae Smith were both drafted around the same time. This is good news for the Eagles because what this does is add to their already top wide receiving core, and then at the same time you got to think about the injury situation with what's his name, Antonio Brown. I mean, yeah, not Antonio Brown, but Brown. Damn, you know what I'm saying? Wide receiver Brown, you know what I'm saying? Number 11. So that apparently his hamstring is probably a little bit more serious than people are indicating. So for the Eagles to make this type of trade, which means that the Eagles are not counting on Brown to come back early in week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. So adding John Metchie to the team will make the Eagles wide receiver coach a little bit more better, along with Devontae Smith, because now Devontae Smith probably need more if Brown cannot start week 1, then it's gonna be Devontae Smith by himself, and he gonna get a lot of double teams along with Goddard and probably Dawson. So adding John Metchie, who's in his 3rd year and has adequate speed and good hand to receive the ball deep, will make this Eagles team a little bit more vulnerable enough to beat the Dallas Cowboys in week 1 and against the second game against the Kansas City Chiefs. So they can get the Eagles plenty of wide receiver help, and with the lingering hamstring injury to Brown, there's a possibility that he probably ain't gonna play week 1. So that's the only reason why I could think of this trade, because the Eagles wide receiving core is one of the best in the game, along with Smith, Brown, Dotson, Goddard, and the other tight end the Eagles has. The Eagles got good wide receiving tight end depth. Against adding John Metchie to the team makes the Eagles offense wide receiver a little bit more deadlier than expected. So, wow, I'm completely blown away about this trade. The trade hasn't happened yet, but right now it's speculation that that's what's going to happen. And it's all over social media, and anything that Adam Schefter speaks about, 9 times out of 10 or 10 out of 10, it's accurate. It's extremely accurate. So but that's what they're saying right now. It is on X, on Adam Schefter. He said they trade the Houston Texans are senior wide receiver John Metchie to the Philadelphia Eagles per source. That's what it says there. And then I'm going further into other situations pertaining to this trade, and they're pretty much saying the same thing. Adam Schefter is on all over social media. He's over Instagram, X, and among other social media platforms. So, and both guys play with University of Alabama. The Eagles have 2 or 3 players from the Alabama roster that have won national championships, and Metchie is one of those guys. So, and so it's okay. That's great. Hold on just a minute. I'm still trying to get to it more news to what they're saying. Here we go. Let's see. And still, that's something else. Okay. Yeah. It says here, tight end Harrison Bryant is getting traded to Houston as part of the John Metchie the third deal, according to DJ Blind, whatever his name is. So Bryant, one of the guys. I'm sorry, I thought Brown was from the Raiders. He's from the Browns. He's from a Brown player, and so the Eagles trading him along with a pick for John Metchie, and so John Metchie is going to be with the Eagles, and it's a good chance that he might be wind up getting. I don't know if he's gonna get a new deal or not, because he's still playing on his rookie deal. This is third year, so this actually his third year. So he got 2 more years. He got 1 more year after this contract. I mean, after this season comes to an end with John Metchie. So can the Eagles re-sign him to a new contract before the season comes to an end? No one knows. It depends on how well he performs. So all that falls into play with John Metchie's situation on his contract. But I'm trying to figure out, why would they trade a player like that? So here we go. Full trade details. Here it is. So here it is right here. Full trade details. It says here, full trade details. Eagles receive wide receiver John Metchie, day 3 swap, and the Texans will receive tight end H.Bryant and a day 3 swap. So with that being said, we don't know what the draft picks are, because day 3 picks is the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. So if one of those picks, it's more likely going to be a 5th round pick, because the Eagles have about 3 or 4 5th round picks. So it's more likely to be a 5th round pick the Eagles are going to give to the Texans. And Texans is going to probably going to give the Eagles a lower they swap. Could be a 6th round or 7th round pick. So we'll see how that works there. But more details to be added to that situation and deal. So more stories to come, more news to come on this swap. But man, like I said, the Eagles have got another wide receiver, a young wide receiver, 24 years old is how old he is. And this is 3rd year in the league, playing on a 4-year contract, 4-year rookie contract. We'll see how that works out. If he played well enough, will the Eagles keep him, or will the Eagles trade him? No one knows at this point in time, but this is good news for the Eagles, y'all. Like I stated earlier, wide receiver Brown, we don't know if his hamstring is the issue for this trade. We don't know. So I'm quite sure there's going to be more details on that in the coming days. I don't know how many times I can say that. We got another wide receiver at the camp. Welcome John Metchie to the Philadelphia Eagles via Houston Texans. Out of here. Peace.